92.3 K-Rock.
92.3 K-Rock. So, as we announced earlier on in the week, Kid Rock is coming to MSG. The 15th of May is the date for this big show. And he's bringing a load of special guests and special friends with him. These, all of these people that are playing on this show with you, I mean, were they friends of yours from before, or did you have a wish list and start calling people up? How did that work?
Well, they're all huge influences, and I guess it's like a wish list, and I've been fortunate enough to be friends with all of them. We have Leonard Skinner. It's the first time ever playing the Garden. They're going to open the show. And then the show that we've been playing on this tour, it's like a rock and roll review kind of. It's my band, just part of one set that we do. And in that set comes on and off Peter Wolf from the Jag Isles Band, and also legendary Reverend Run from Run DMC. Great set with them. So it's just, we've been calling it like a musical journey through American music, basically.
Yeah.
Basically just the whole evening.
Especially with you coming from Detroit, because it's kind of got almost like a Motown angle to it, in terms of like in the days of Motown, all of those artists used to get together and do their own shows, and you get amazing bills, and you don't get that in any genre of music now, really.
No, I was watching these old shows from like Australia or somewhere called the Tammy shows, and they had featured all these different acts from, you get Chuck Berry and Ike Turner, and then you get the Beach Boys, and just so on and so on. They just come off this revolving stage, and it just, the amount of music that you saw from all these different genres, I mean, there's still a common thread to it all. It was just great music. I thought, wouldn't that be fun to take it out as a tour and just put together a great band? And you can also give the people like a pretty good ticket price, because everybody doesn't have their own entourages and bands and light rigs and sound guys. So, especially in this day and age when everybody's hurting for a buck, it's like, it's not only the funnest tour I've ever done, also just made the most sense.
And the reviews so far are great. I mean, people are saying this is the best tour you've ever done. So going from a concept of working with some of your heroes to actually having people go, wow, this is the best Kid Rock stuff so far.
I always laugh too, because even, even the critics, you can tell, just can't stand me, and there's plenty of them. They even start their articles off, no matter what you think of Kid Rock. And eventually it's like, either way, the show is good. Damn it.
What about set list, though? Because when you've got those kind of people on the stage, there's so many great songs you could play. Do you change it up night by night, or how's that work?
No, I've changed some of my own stuff up, but once I got into a routine, especially like Rev Run and Peter, and we fine-tuned it at the beginning of the tour. We've also had Dickie Betts out with us from the Allman Brothers. Him and Peter Wolf have been flip-flopping. It's just kind of, we kind of put this together as almost like some sort of weird, demented Broadway play where everybody knows what's going on, and we kind of, there's not a lot of pyro and extras. It's really just a great night of music. It's so many familiar songs, and just the way we put it together is something very unique.
Yeah.
It's we're excited about it, man. It's just it's been one of the greatest things I've had opportunities to do in music.
When you have members of Skynyrd and the Allman Brothers on stage, you don't need explosions and monsters that are computerized wandering around and stuff like that,
exactly.
right?
When I had one record out, we blew up real quick, and I only had 3 or 4 songs that were really, viable hits in concert, anthems or whatnot. I was just like, whatever, get some girls to strip and blow something up. Let's entertain them for a little while. But.
All right, we'll talk some more in just a second. Kid Rock, my special guest this afternoon at The Rock in New York, 92.3 K-Rock. It's Nirvana on The Rock of New York, 92.3 K-Rock. I'm Ian. Kid Rock's my special guest here this afternoon because he's coming to play MSG. Now, these tickets go on sale officially on Saturday. But if you're part of the K-List, you can get them from tomorrow, all right? So sign up to the K-List at 923krock.com, and we'll hook you up with Kid Rock tickets for Madison Square Garden on the 15th of May. You can get the tickets before anyone else. It's a big thing playing MSG, right? Even I, as a Brit coming here, get how big Madison Square Garden is. It's your second time there. I mean, have you got any memories about the first time and things that, you want to repeat, just to relive the experience in May?
Well, you try to make it an event. I mean, New York City, one of the greatest cities in the world, and also Madison Square Garden, the amount of history there. It's just, I mean, this time with Leonard Skinner coming, I've been told by, friends of the band that are in the band that Ronnie Van Zant always wanted to play Madison Square Garden, never got an opportunity to. Of course, being there with Run DMC, with Rev Run, doing that great set, as everyone knows their legendary time at the Garden when they're holding their Adidas shoes in the air.
Yeah.
And just the last time we played there, we had a dear friend Ahmet Ertegun, who passed away last year, introduced us. Hank Williams Jr., who's hadn't been to New York in 20 years, I invited him up, and he came out and sang with me. So I've already put in a couple calls, and we'll see. Outside of Skynyrd, I know Peter Wolf's going to be there. Like I said, Rev Run. It's just going to be. It's going to be a celebration of music right here. It's going to be a hillbilly night.
Absolutely. It must feel really good for you, though, being such a big fan of Skynyrd, to think that you're the guy that's bringing Skynyrd to the Garden for the first time.
Oh, that's just a privilege. That's couldn't be more blessed, couldn't be any more humble about that. And to share the stage with Rev Run every night, you know, he was my blues music of my day and age. So to be able to have this great Southern rock and this great New York pioneer of hip hop music, and throw in a dash of, you know, from the Bronx, Peter Wolf, and some of those great Jay Giles records, and little Detroit soul, you know, we're hoping to have a great night of music. I think we will.
And when you go out to MSG, like when you're there for sound check, does it make you feel a little nervous? Do you sort of walk around the empty hall and go, wow, going to be playing on this stage in a few hours' time?
It's just exciting. You know, it's always exciting just to be in New York, the energy and to play here.
Yeah.
And we haven't done anything here but, you know, some small Hammersteins, and a little club run we did last time with Irvine Plaza was an absolute ball. Not a lot of money in it, but absolute ball. And it's just going to be, you know, I kind of like to, I tailored a lot of my music, you know, for big arena rock.
Yeah,
that's what I always wanted it to be, was a big celebration, a fun time, you know, just that everyone could afford and just have a ball. So.
And MSG's the ideal kind of venue for this show, right? I mean, you probably need extra dressing room space backstage for all the people that you're planning on having come down.
Sometimes it's fun if you all just cram in and rub elbows and get dirty, right? That's rock and roll.
All right, I'm going to play the current single from the album, the #1 album. Congratulations on that, right? This is definitely going to be something that you're going to get to MSG in May. This is Kid Rock all summer long on the Rock in New York 92.3 K-Rock. It's Whitesnake of the Rock in New York, 92.3 K-Rock. I'm Ian Kid Rock, my special guest this afternoon. He's coming to do MSG on May 15th. The Rock and Roll Revival Tour reaches New York then. And I believe since doing all this stuff with Reverend Run, you're talking about doing a hip-hop album with him after this tour eventually finishes, right?
Yeah, I would love to. I just thought, we were talking one day about blues music and how it influenced every form of popular culture. From its first creation, the same way that hip-hop music did. It's touched now in every form of popular culture, and I thought it would be fun to kind of take it back. Like you see, like an example would be like Eric Clapton and B.B. King did Riding with the King record, which I thought was great. I thought it'd be great just to take, you know, Run to someone I look up to and heavily influenced by, and kind of just take it back to those old school big beats and maybe some guitars and just fun rhymes and maybe some socially conscious stuff, but just really kind of have fun with the music that I grew up loving.
Yeah, kind of taking it back to where you started as well, because you've gone down the country route for quite a while now, but before that you were very much into hip-hop.
Yeah, I'm just creatively confused.
Are you thinking now, because, you know, you've been out on stage with people like Skinner and members of the Allman Brothers, that maybe this is as far as you can take it, this is the epitome of the country sort of Kid Rock element, and now you want to go back to exploring more hip-hop side of things?
I don't know, it just changes with you know, I guess usually my philosophy and just a kind of weird about way would be that if everybody's going left, then I'm going to run right.
Right.
And it's always just been kind of fun to go against the grain a little bit, and just to it's a little more wide open too. It seemed to me like when I made the last record that there wasn't a lot of just great blues-based, very kind of heartland heavy, you know, rock and roll with those country elements in it. Country elements, let's face it, that country's just the white man's blues. Is what I was taught. That's all it is. So, you know, with anything you look at, from the Zeppelin stuff you were just playing to any of the Stones, you know, you go back to any of the great American heartland artists, that's all got elements of country all over it. All over it. The Beatles, country all over it. It's just a form of blues music. So, you know, if they want to play it on country radio because it's got that, fine. Whatever. You know, I'm just out trying to play great music and make people happy and hopefully give them something to relate to and sing along.
So it permeates through all genres, and you can just kind of do with it whatever you want at this stage. It's like your creative right almost.
It's taken a long time to get that right, because when I first started, it was, you know, I got laughed at everywhere. It's just the same old story. I got kicked down, dropped off a record company, just kept getting up and dusting myself off, and finally, you know, that I've gotten it out to enough people to really kind of see that it is from the heart and it is the music I love, and it's just who I am as a person. It's been quite a struggle, but it's been an awfully great reward too, so I have really nothing to complain about. I'm just thankful for everything at the end of the day.
Yeah, and a #1 album now and a second show MSG in your career. It's the second and counting, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Don't forget, if you get on the K-list, you can get the tickets before they go on sale officially on Saturday. Just go to 923krock.com. Kid Rock at MSG on the 15th of May. Thank you for coming to K-Rock this afternoon.
Thanks for having me.